2015 has come and gone, so really I should have made this video about a week ago. I guess it doesn't matter a whole lot though. It's my top games of 2015 will be my top games of 2015 no matter what year it is now. Emerging from end of year madness, Retro Game On always seems to suffer as a channel because my time gets super limited. This all comes down to my birthday, Christmas, and New Year's happening in a matter of weeks of each other. I'm not one to bitch and complain that much however, so let's get this video underway. One last quick side note though, I know many of you may want to see the regular reviews and whatnot instead of this, but I assure you, they're coming. For now though, here's something else. Again. Regardless, these are my top 5 retro games I played in 2015. Released in 1998 on the N64, Buck Bumble has you playing as a cyborg bee, saving the human race from an evil insect coalition. He's basically the Rambo of the bees, one bee arming his way through backyards and plumbing to save the day. The premise is wacky as all heck, and I don't use that statement lightly. That drew me in, but what really got me to stay were the flight controls. The N64 controller's thumbstick isn't exactly the best, but I feel that they really pulled it off. It's super easy to fly around in 3D space and go where you want to go, making sure that the air combat isn't a tiring affair. The weapons are also really cool too, with a heap to choose from. This game is a laugh ride and a half. That's another statement I don't use lightly. If you come across it, which is likely because it's common, I could not recommend it enough. It's generally considered that porting from a computer to a console is a risky idea, especially in the 90s and 80s, but Lemmings on the SNES contradicts that. This laid-back puzzler has you controlling a small army of cute little lemmings. These guys seem to end up in places unfavourable for the average lemming. It's up to you as their almighty god and controller to get majority to safety. I had no problem at all controlling the on-screen mouse and using menus with the SNES's controller, which is good, because if that was broken, this game would have been ruined for sure. Majority of the levels are destructible, and the lemmings have a range of abilities that can be applied to them, so it's up to you to figure out how the lemmings proceed. Be that by digging, jumping and using an umbrella to float down, building stairs, or even exploding. There is a whole heap more too, but I won't bother listing them for time reasons. Regardless, there's enough variety, and more importantly enough levels, to keep you going for hours. I feel a bit dirty including Super Mario 64 considering its oversaturation in the retro gaming community, but I'll have to stop being such a hipstery douche for now since this really is a fantastic game. I've never really played it at all until this year, and I really was just overwhelmed by the fantastic controls, characters, and platforming gameplay. I discovered there is a huge reason why it's so over-reported on in the first place. I don't think I really need to say anything more about Super Mario 64. It's a classic that deserves a place in any gamer's collections who digs platformers. Vib Ribbon, which was released in 1999 on the PS1, was a game that always eluded me. I had a demo disc with one level which I played over and over as a child, but I could never find the full game in shops. I would later find out that it was somewhat of a rarity in Power Regions, and didn't even get a release in America. The only major release was in Japan. So what was an Australian retro gamer to do? Buy a Japanese PS1 and cheaply import it, of course. Duh. May seem overkill, but hey, now I own a Japanese PlayStation. Anyway, the wait was very worth it for present day me. You play as a rabbit thing made out of vectors who runs down a set path traversing obstacles. Each obstacle is generated by the music playing, and a button or combination of buttons on the gamepad was assigned to each obstacle. Sounds pretty run of the mill, right? Well, no. On paper it sounds kinda mundane, but trust me, this game is insanely fun, and the game mechanics are on point. What's even cooler is that you can pop your own CDs into the PlayStation, and levels are generated from the music. So, not only does this game score points for originality, it's also set up for endless replayability assuming you have a sizable CD collection. Heart of Darkness. What can I say besides from wow. This game just blew me away with everything. From the story, to the graphics, to amazing gameplay, this game just gets everything right. Heart of Darkness is my top game of 2015. I don't even really know where to start with regards to explaining this gem. Basically, it's a 2D platformer, and you play as a child going to a mysterious planet to save his dog. If you have ever played the more recent Limbo, then the gameplay style will sound very familiar. It's super easy to die, and there are plenty of cheap deaths around every corner. However, it includes many checkpoints and you can save whenever you want, so the difficulty levels out, which just made me want to play and play and play. It was a fantastic experience for me and absolutely deserves my #1 position. But then again, all these games have their rightful place on this list. If you want to learn more about a particular one, I've reviewed them all this year. To find them, head to my channel and click the playlists tab. They can all be found in the reviews playlist, along with like 50 other reviews if you feel like watching more. Anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic New Year and Christmas, and as always, thank you for your ongoing support. I shall see you all soon as we head into 2016.